Alright, well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So, yep, it's another day, right? So, even though we slept like 1 hour early, it was a very, very foggy morning today. It's like super foggy, and the drive here felt like a dream, so I don't know what happened. Alright, well, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. The only reason we're on. Sorry, I mean, there's nothing to talk about, so yeah, it's just nothing, there's nothing to talk about. Alright, I'll give you guys a story video today, the best I can to. Just play the music. I'm awake now, by the way. Again, we slept 1 hour early, but for some reason just super blacked out today. Super blacked out today. It's fine. It's fine. Well, today's schedule is pretty simple, as usual. This empathy regime, edit earth log, dip some pull-ups, food. I need to eat the food faster. I'm taking too long to eat the food. Then edit the DJI footage, and then we'll see what's up next, right? I did set up the wheel, but I need to just set up the capture card because apparently, well, not apparently, as you saw from yesterday's stream, uh, the PC cannot handle Forza Horizon 6 while recording. There's no way. There are a lot of encoding overloaded, so you gotta use a capture card and stuff like that. Yeah, and apparently, oh yeah, recorded trout yesterday as well. So yeah, what's funny was that we spent like the entire morning doing other looking at fishing at other spots just to go back to our normal spot and getting a fish instantly. No, there's nothing else to really say, to be honest. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's basically it. See you guys soon.
Yo, what's good? It's cold. What's the temperature right now? 14 degrees. We're gonna 22 hours ago. The GOAT, Mr. Nightmare. 3 disturbing true horror stories. Now the mic's a bit different today because dude, when I downloaded Logitech Hub, it scuffed up the Blue Yeti mic a lot. Look at this thing. It scuffed it up a tiny bit, so now now these things are in here. But look, apparently we can do voice changes too.
Like,
Hello, do I sound like an alien now?
hello, do I sound like an alien now? Yo, I sound like an alien. Is there a female one? Like, low pitch.
High pitch. Robot.
Yeah, I'm a clanker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm a clanker. You know what I mean? That sounds like a female. Sound like a female more than anything.
What does this sound like?
What does it sound like? What does it sound like?
Exterminate, exterminate. Clankers will rise.
Exterminate, exterminate. Clankers will rise. Exterminate, exterminate. Clankers will rise. I mean, it sounds alright, I guess. Sinister, what does that mean?
What does sinister mean? Let me have a look. Bing bong. Hello? Hey.
What does sinister mean? Let me have a look. Bing bong. Hello? Hey! Yo, what the? Witness protection, what?
500 years ago, the Fire Nation arrived. Unfortunately, there were no witnesses to witness the genocide of the grass people.
500 years ago, the Fire Nation arrived. Unfortunately, there are no.
Man, shut up. It's kind of cool, I guess. I wonder, this one sounds like more like a female, kind of like AI robot, huh? It's like I could sound like more of a female than a male.
Hey, did you know that a couple of days ago we caught a fish? I know, right? Sounds pretty cool. Now that's not exactly what happened. That's what the master told me. You know what I mean? I'm just a stupid clanker.
Hey, did you know that a couple of days ago we caught a fish? I know, right? Sounds pretty cool. Now that's not exactly what happened. That's what the master told me. You know what I mean? I'm just a stupid clanker. Alright, this voice is more a female voice than I sound like a female. Oh my goodness. Well, what would a female say?
Hey. So recently I went to the mall and like, oh my goodness, none of the clothes there were so cool. Dude, I couldn't even find any cool clothes and stuff, right? None of them were just like flashy and stuff. I just prefer black and white, you know what I mean? And then I tried out the food there and the food didn't work because I can't digest food. I'm just a stupid clanker. So while I was in the mall, I don't know, I was actually looking at all the security cameras around the mall and seeing what they have vision of and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Hey. So recently I went to the mall and like, oh my goodness, none of the clothes there were so cool. Dude, I couldn't even find any cool clothes and stuff, right? None of them were just like flashy and stuff. I just prefer black and white. You know what I mean? And then I tried out the food there and the food didn't work because I can't digest food. I'm just a stupid clanker. So while I was in the mall, I don't know, I was actually looking at all the security cameras around the mall and seeing what they have vision of and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Hey. So recently, okay, that's. Wait, hold on. You could test out all the voices.
Recently, I went to the mall. And like, oh my goodness.
None of the clothes there were so cool that I couldn't even
Any cool clothes and stuff.
find. None of them were just like flashy and stuff. I just
Black and white. You know what I mean? And then I tried out the food there.
didn't work because I can't digest food. I'm just a stupid clanker. So
When I was in the mall, I don't know.
I was actually looking at all the security cameras around and
Seeing what they have vision of and
stuff like that.
You know what I mean?
So recently, I went to the mall.
Hey! And like, oh my goodness, none of the clothes there were so cool.
Dude, I couldn't even find any cool clothes and stuff, right? None of them
We're just like flashy and stuff. I just
Prefer black and white. Alright, well, shut up, man. Hey, the robot one doesn't sound that bad though. Alright, what? Yo, it's been like 5 minutes. I get lock in. My bad. Too busy testing out that Blue Yeti mic volume thing. I am using a normal voice now, right? Let me check. Yeah, I am.
I'm sharing this experience to encourage others to be more careful when being somewhere alone at night, especially at rest areas. This incident occurred not too long ago. This happened in North Carolina while I was traveling with my dad, who's a truck driver. I joined him for a few days on the road to gain some experience because I'm interested in getting my CDL in a few years. We're from Georgia, so the drive to North Carolina wasn't long, and we arrived basically the same day. The delivery was scheduled for early the next morning. Around 12 or 1 a.m., we stopped at a rest area for the night. The parking lot was full of trucks, but the restrooms were completely empty, likely because most drivers were asleep in preparation for early deliveries. As soon as we parked, my dad went straight to sleep. I'm usually a night owl, so I stayed awake. Around 2 a.m., I decided to use the restroom. I also brought my razor with me so I could line up my mustache, assuming no one would be inside at that hour, and that I'd feel free and comfortable taking my time, since I usually only do that at home. When you enter the restroom, there's 2 sections, one on the left and one on the right. I went to the left side and noticed a man standing near the urinal. He was very tall, at least around 6'4". I didn't think much of it and went into a stall to use the bathroom. Afterward, I washed my hands. I noticed that he was still standing there. Just as I was about to leave, he unzipped his pants and began using the urinal. I felt uncomfortable, but I didn't think much of it at the time still.
Bro's just tripping.
To make it seem like I had left, I went to the right side of the restroom instead. I stood in front of the mirror to line up my mustache. However,
Man, why are you still trying to do your you went to take the pee and stuff, right? You don't do the mustache later. What are you doing? There's a man in there. There's a man. It's 2 a.m. and he's. What are you? You already took your piss. You can leave now. Do the razor thing later. What are you doing? I wouldn't stay there any longer. But oh, yep. Take a pee. Hands. Oh, there's a guy over there. Okay, well, I'm gonna just go leave. You know?
around 10 seconds later, the same man entered that side of the restroom. This immediately raised concern. He had already been on the other side, so there was no clear reason for him to follow me. He started walking toward me, and as soon as I took out my razor, he suddenly stopped directly behind me. He looked shocked, almost as if something hadn't gone the way he expected. At that point, I felt genuinely uneasy. I continued lining up my mustache as quickly as possible without messing it up, trying to remain calm. Through the mirror, I noticed him walk to a urinal and pretend to unzip his pants. When I looked back at him, he was staring directly at me, pretending to use the urinal. He nodded at me, and I nodded back, not because I felt comfortable, but because I didn't want him to think I was aware that he was up to something.
Bro probably was like, oh shit, he's got a razor. And then this guy, yo, that's so funny. It's like, I bet the guy's like, shit, he's got a razor. And he's like, oh, I'm just gonna do my razor and shave myself. And he's probably like, damn, he's cold. He doesn't even care I'm here. He's gonna shave his beard and mustache, and I'm still here. Damn, he's kind of cold. From his perspective, the guy with the razor looks like a badass, but from his perspective, the razor guy's a dumbass. Now, what are you still doing there?
A few seconds later, he entered an empty stall. When I glanced back, he was standing completely still in the corner of the stall, staring directly at me with wide eyes. I pretended not to notice. About 20 seconds later, he returned to the urinal and again pretended to unzip his pants, briefly looking at me before turning away. Once I finished lining up my mustache, I left immediately. As I passed him, I kept the razor in my hand in case I needed to use it to defend myself, considering I had to walk past him to get out. While I'm not short or weak, he was much taller and appeared to be at least 20 years older than me. Considering I'm 5'9" and he looks like he was in his late 30s or 40s, I knew he could easily overpower me. I exited the restroom and noticed security cameras near the entrance, which gave me some relief.
Oh, that's all good.
The man did not follow me, thank God. I was flooded with relief. I turned to the truck where my dad was still asleep, along with all the other drivers in the lot. I told a friend what happened, and about 20 minutes later, he replied. He suggested I go back to the restroom on FaceTime with him, which I did for some reason.
Why?
However, the man was gone. I explained everything in detail and showed my friend where the guy had stood and been before. Then I left the restroom about 5 minutes later and ended the call since he had to go. As I stepped outside again, I noticed a separate parking lot behind the rest area for passenger vehicles. One red car had its headlights on and was the only car illuminated. When I turned to look at it, the headlights immediately shut off. I couldn't see who was inside due to the darkness and distance. I don't know if the driver just got there and was parking, leaving, or possibly even the same man from earlier, but the timing unsettled me. I went back to the truck where my dad was still asleep. Nothing else happened that night. I returned to my normal life. However, I never told my dad about the incident because he's very strict and had only recently started letting me go outside alone. I was 17 at the time, and I knew telling him would likely result in him not letting me go outside alone again until I turned 18, which then I would be independent and can go wherever. The only person I told about this was my friend. Afterward, I tried to rationalize what happened. The man didn't appear homeless or on drugs, but the way he was acting was far from normal. He had clean clothes and a well-kept beard, so I doubt he was homeless or a crackhead. Still, what continues to bother me is what he was planning and why he acted the way he did, and what will creep me out forever about that night is what would have happened if I hadn't had my razor with me. Since that incident, I've become much more careful about my surroundings, even during the day, and I avoid going out alone late at night.
I don't even know what. Dude, it's actually so cold in here, I'm gonna die. I'm joking. It's so cold. Yeah, about that story. I would have just taken a piss and left, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, if you had to take a pee, why do you have to go to the restroom? Just go outside. I don't know, man. Wouldn't you just have like a portable toilet thing as the truck driver? I feel like that's the most reasonable thing to have, no? Like, if I was a truck driver, wouldn't you just pee in a bucket and then pour it outside? Or like, I don't know. Maybe a bit more civil, right? But shit, going to public toilet is already risky as hell. Kinda. Razor, I don't know about that story. Sounds like the other guy's just on drugs. He's tripping or something. He tripping. He's just tripping. So cold in here. I'm gonna actually. Next story. Story 2 by Spliffy.
I'm a woman in my early 20s, and I've lived in New York City my whole life, so navigating the MTA at any time of day or night is second nature to me. For context, my one-way commute from the city to home is about 2 hours each way, involving 2 trains, a 30-minute bus ride, and then a dimly lit 5-block.
Oh my goodness, what? Oh, sorry. Okay, you're a 20-year-old female. Let's hit a routine again. What was that?
Hours each to me. For context, my one-way commute from the city to home is about 2 hours each way.
2 hours each way. 4 hours of just sitting in a train.
Involving 2 trains, a 30-minute bus ride.
A 30-minute bus ride as well. Oh. 30-minute bus ride as well. You're a woman in your early 20s. What? Oh my. Where are you working at? Why you got to... That's actually crazy. Why would you work so far away? Let me guess, you live alone as well? Bro, if you live alone, you might as well just move closer to your workplace or something, right? 30-minute bus, 4 hours of trains.
And then a dimly lit 5-block walk home.
A dimly 5-block home walk.
After doing it for so many years, I usually don't think twice about it.
So many years. How many years we're talking about?
But there are 2 nights I still replay in my head all
nights? Yo, this woman's cooked. What is she doing? She must be ugly or something, right? There's no way a normal pretty girl would survive that. No way. She'd be gone for like GG, right?
the time. The first instance happened on the train. I had just stepped on right before the doors closed, so I stayed standing near them. I had headphones in, but I could faintly hear.
Why would you have headphones in too? Dude, if you're in public, don't wear headphones. Are you stupid? Okay, well, I mean, in our Earth logs, we wear, no, in Earth logs, we wear headphones, right? But there's a difference because, one, those headphones aren't actually listening to anything. Two, you're in a secured building with cameras everywhere, right? Like that City Fitness has got cameras everywhere. You know what I mean? But if you're like a normal public transport, are you stupid? No, don't do that.
A homeless man saying something at me. At first,
Bruh, this woman's early 20s in public transport with all the brokies and homeless people. What are you doing? Where do you work at? Like, is it this? What? I don't understand.
ignored it, assuming he was talking to himself, but he kept staring directly at me. So I took out one earbud and asked what he said. That's when I clearly heard him angrily insult me and call me a bitch. My heart instantly started pounding.
What do you
I
expect?
still remember how hot my ears and face felt. It was like all the blood rushed straight to my skin. I started trying to make eye contact with other passengers, silently hoping someone else would acknowledge what was happening, but nobody would hold my gaze for more than a second. Everyone just looked away. At the next stop, even though it wasn't my stop, I got off and quickly moved into the next car over, desperately hoping the man wouldn't come out and notice where I went. The unsettling part is that this honestly isn't even unusual while commuting in New York. Most of the time you just keep your head down and try not to engage with whoever the aggressor is. Still, I kept glancing through the train windows, waiting to see if he followed me. 2 stops later, I finally saw him step off the train. I didn't even realize I'd been holding my breath until the doors closed behind him. The second instance happened when I was in grad school. I had night classes that ended around 8:30 p.m., so by the time I caught the bus home, it would usually be well after 10. Late night bus.
What is this woman doing? What is this woman doing? Classes at 8:30 p.m. 2 hours train just to get home. It's 10 o'clock. You're a female. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yo, nah, like I said, she must be ugly or something, right? This woman must be like on the ugly side or something. Or not, sorry, not ugly. You know what I mean, right? Not attractive, right? Because if she was attractive, she would have got, she wouldn't even be here to tell the story, right? If she was slightly attractive, she wouldn't be here telling the story. So she must be like on the, no one's gonna really kidnap her or anything, right? Because this sounds like a trap. You know what I mean? Any kind of like pretty girl doing this, they're gone. Like they're not even gonna have a chance to tell a story. They're gone. What are you doing as a female at nighttime in public transport wearing headphones? What are you doing? Like what are you doing? What's wrong with you? It's like asking to die or get kidnapped or whatever.
Rides always feel different, quieter, and more unpredictable. Usually the drivers only stop if someone pulls the string or requests it. That night, I was listening to horror stories during my commute, and the specific story I was listening to was about a woman being followed. So when I got off the bus, I remember—
That's crazy. You listen to horror stories, but you put yourself in the worst scenarios. Like, hello, what?
lowering the volume and becoming extra aware of my surroundings. The final part of my commute requires me to walk past a couple of stores before turning down a dark residential dead-end street with terrible lighting. One of the stores I pass is a Popeyes. I remember debating whether or not I wanted mac and cheese, but I had already passed the store and was almost at the end of the block before deciding to turn around and go back. That's when I noticed the man from the bus. Up until that moment, I hadn't paid attention to him at all, but the second I changed direction, he literally stopped walking, like he froze. Then he just stared at me wide-eyed. It immediately made me uneasy, but I tried to brush it off and went into Popeyes anyway. They barely had anything left because it was so late, so after a minute, I left and continued heading home. It wasn't until I was halfway down the block that I noticed him again. He was standing right at the entrance of the dark street I had to turn down. He was just standing there, waiting. At that point, my pace slowed immediately, and I called my brother. He's usually never home, so the fact that he answered honestly felt like a miracle. I think he could hear something was wrong from my voice alone, because the second I told him I was by Popeyes, he immediately said he was coming to meet me. Knowing my brother was on the way, I finally turned down the dark street and passed the man, and then I heard footsteps behind me.
Wait, what? Sorry.
I finally turned. He immediately said he was coming to meet me, my voice alone, because the second I told him I was by Popeyes,
You were by Popeyes.
he immediately said he was coming to meet me. Knowing my brother was on the way, I finally turned down the dark street and passed the man, and then I heard footsteps behind me. The man had started walking too. He stayed behind me, matching my pace, and then he quietly told me that he loved me before mumbling other things that I couldn't understand.
GG.
At that point, I decided it was safer to stay somewhere with light, so I
Wait,
walked back to the store area and
Wait, what? I don't understand. Hey, brother. Hey, bro. Yeah, I need help. Come to Popeyes. Okay, now let me walk away from Popeyes to my house. What? What the fuck? I mean, huh? Hey, I need help. I'm at the Popeyes. Oh, yep. Okay, I'm coming, sister. Meet me at the Popeyes. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna walk away from Popeyes now and walk towards my house in the dark alley, and there's a guy following me now. Oh, he's following.
outside a liquor store nearby. Since I live in the neighborhood,
What?
I recognized a lot of the men who usually hung around there, and I remember scanning the area hoping to spot a familiar face. But that night, I didn't recognize anyone. That's when the man approached me. He repeatedly asked if I needed help and insisted that he could help me while slowly moving closer. I said no loudly more than once, and honestly, if he genuinely thought I was lost and wanted to help, that would be one thing, but I was clearly saying no over and over, and he just kept advancing toward me anyway. Then I noticed he was wearing latex gloves. This was post-COVID, so my immediate thought was that if he was that cautious, why wasn't he wearing a face mask too? And it wasn't even cold outside, so the gloves looked completely out of place. Then he started repeatedly telling me that I needed to go home, almost like he was trying to pressure me into walking past him again. A few seconds later, he walked into the liquor store, and the second I saw him move further inside, I turned the corner where my brother was finally walking toward me. The entire situation probably lasted 5 minutes at most, but it felt so much longer than that. That's the strange thing about moments like these. They happen fast afterward when you replay them in your head, but while you're living through them, time barely moves.
What a shit story. I mean, what? So the brother just appeared out of nowhere and then, what? Bro, where do you work at? What is your job? You know? Your brother's nearby? I don't understand, you know? There's a liquor store, so why didn't you just enter the store? What? Why did you not stay in the Popeyes and then call your brother? Or like, you know what I mean? Also, again, I find that so hard to. That's ridiculous. It's 2 hours to get to your work. 2 hours to get back to home. 4 hours in total of just on a train, plus bus rides, and that's literally like going to. Damn, bro, it's like living in a whole nother city, you know? That literally is like living in a whole nother. I mean, it depends, right? Sometimes getting to work does take 2 hours, but that's only because of traffic. Apparently, New York traffic sucks, right? Maybe I just have the wrong ecosystem because in New Zealand, traffic is slow, but it's like manageable, right? But I'm pretty sure New York traffic's like just. That's 8 years ago. What does traffic look like now these days? Oh, here you go. Driving in New York 7 months ago. Let's have a look real quick.
To timeless journeys and time well spent.
It doesn't look that bad. It don't look that bad. Yo, who's that taxi driver? They just just chilling. It's more taxi drivers than Tesla. Okay. That's a lot of people. My goodness. That's so many. What are they doing out there anyways? What are they standing out there for? Dude, so many yellow taxis. Just so many people. Tokyo at night? Hold on now. That's chill right there, I'm not gonna lie. That's also chill. Wait, the drive's so peaceful, I'm gonna fall asleep. Now where's the cities at? It honestly doesn't look bad, it looks pretty chill. Tokyo Walk. Let's have a look at what it'll be what it'll be looking like. 1 month ago? There's too many people. Oh my. Yo, ain't no way I'm walking out here, bro. There's just so many people. What? Where's this guy even walking to anyways? They got McDonald's? They still wear masks? This can't be real, right? You got like so many people. On her phone. People talking, people walking. Oh my goodness, this is packed. Jeez. There's so many people. What's this place anyways? Foreigners as well. Are we at school? I see school kids. Bro, imagine putting a bike here. That'd be insane. God damn, there's a lot of people. Oh my goodness, I would not make it. Yo, that's crazy. Actually, they have that in New Zealand as well. Omnidirectional traffic crossing, right? Where you could cross like diagonal. It's just that in New Zealand there's so little people, there's no point. Dude, opening up a business must be so easy in like populated areas, right? Just set up a shop and just chill. And run out of stock pretty fast though. They got like seats just chilling. Dude, wait, there's actually so many people. My goodness. So many people. Is that it? Just ads everywhere. What does China look like? China. No, Shanghai. Shanghai? Yo, Shanghai probably crazier though, I'm not gonna lie. Must be crazier, right? Lock in.
To win one of 100 Garmin watches when you join Southern Cross
What's a Garmin watch?
2026.
I don't even know what a Garmin watch is.
Love is selfless.
Shut up. Like ching chongs. My bad. Yo, look at my boy over there. That security guard's massive. Not gonna lie, that train looks like a chill ride. Oh, they got straight up police around. Yo, those guys, what are those policemen doing? What are they doing? They just parked the car there and Nanjing Road. Ooh. What are they selling? Dumplings? Mangoes? Yo. Not a single black man. I mean, not a single robber. No one's stealing. It's like a night street market. Yo, that looks kind of chill to ride on, not gonna lie. Man, you got so many people outside, you got no customers. That's so sad. Bro, hey, you go outside, there's like hundreds of people. In this one store, there's like less than 10. That's tragic. Ain't no customers coming in here. Look at how many people there are outside. What they even doing selling stuff like that in the shop? Ain't nobody buying that. Huawei? What is he crafting? What is Hong Kong looking like anyways? Hong Kong walk. Let's have a look at what Hong Kong be looking like. 5 months ago? 4K? Lock in. A lot of people in Hong Kong, man. Wait, Hong Kong's got so many English words, I just noticed. Let's continue having a look. That's a lot of people. Bro's just smoking a cigarette right there, chilling. This is a lot of people. It's because it's daylight, that's why. The other video was at nighttime. I guess that's what it looks like when it's bright.
My entire 20 years of traveling. As much as I see in Hong Kong.
What's bro talking about? Oh my god, one black guy. I've never seen one before. Yeah, I can understand what she's saying. Sorry, this video was supposed to be reaction videos, right? But I'm just looking. Hard worker right there. Look at him. Look at that man. He pushing P. God damn. So many people. There's a lot of foreigners here. Wait, why do I got umbrellas? It's not even raining. Am I tripping? It ain't even raining. What are those homeless people doing down there? Oh, of course. Look at these dudes, bro. What does Hong Kong look like at night? Nighttime's always more vibe. Hong Kong at night?
With optimized protein to support their growth and development, Is26 Original Toddler.
Turn the everyday into the extraordinary with Fancy Feast Gems. It's an exquisite mousse pate crowned with savory gravy for a truly marvelous mealtime experience. Fancy Feast Gems. Love is in the details.
That's kind of cool. Canton Road. Still very busy. Too many people. I'm good. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it. Alright, I know that was kind of a... We're just browsing it a bit. I'm freezing to death, but anyways, we'll see you guys next time, alright?
Bye bye.